Now, speaking of kids, did you know that May through July are the months when the most women are in their third trimester, with July actually being the most popular birth month?
And a recent survey by Ford found that 88% of women say they drove their entire pregnancy, with only 7% stopping at the end of their third trimester. So we checked in with two experts about driving for two.
From preparing for baby's arrival to adjusting diet, fitness, and work routines, mothers-to-be embrace countless challenges during pregnancy. And lucky for future moms, there's ample information available on such topics to kind of keep anxious minds at ease. But what about driving while pregnant? Getting behind the wheel while pregnant transforms from an everyday task to one that's actually kind of anxiety-provoking and potentially dangerous, given moms-to-be are driving for two. So to lessen the stress with some help, welcome Jessica and Pillay and Katie Allison. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Hi.
Now, I actually heard, do you guys have something, or you're going to tell us something that's called an empathy suit? Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. In fact, Jessica's modeling it for us now. And the empathy suit is something that we use at Ford to train all of our new engineers to give them an idea of what it's like to be in their third trimester of pregnancy. So there's a number of different components to this suit. First, of course, there's the belly, and this is adding approximately 30 pounds to Jessica's frame. Behind the belly, there are two lead balls, and they are simulating the baby's limbs. We've also put a compression belt on Jessica, and that's going to make it difficult for her to twist, especially when she's seated in the car. And then there's an added weight on the belt that's going to simulate the baby's head. So all of these features together give the wearer a pretty accurate feeling of what it's like to be pregnant, especially the male colleagues that I've had.
And so you give this, like you said, to your engineer so they can make sure that the car is going to be fitting accordingly to the soon-to-be mom. I'm sure a lot of soon-to-be moms would love the husband to be wearing this suit to get the feel of it. But you guys actually also have this great survey that you did that kind of goes along with all of this.
We do. There was a number of different interesting results that came out of it. Part of it was 88% of respondents said that they continued to drive even when they were in their third trimester of pregnancy. And 78% of those respondents said that putting on their seatbelt was one of the hardest things for them to do. So when our engineers get into this suit, that's one of the tasks that we have them do, is get in the car, put on their seatbelt so they can experience what it's like to be someone else.
And so do we have maybe some tips, you know, with the survey, with the empathy suit, with driving and all of this information that we have? Do we have some tips for some expecting mothers and driving, like we said, driving with two?
We do. I'm going to have Jessica get in the car so we can demonstrate how we use the suit in the lab. And the biggest tip I can give you is putting on the seatbelt properly. And we wanted to make sure that we had good ergonomics into that design. So she's reaching across her body with one hand and was able to fasten the seatbelt again with one hand. And that's really important. We also want to make sure that the belt is situated properly across her hips. We want it underneath the baby's bump and situated on her hips as if she was like in an airplane. We're going to ask her to get into a comfortable driving position and reach some of the controls that you would typically use while driving, so the audio controls, climate, adjusting your mirrors. And as I said before, this is something that we have every ergonomic engineer at Ford do when they start out with us, because we really want them to get that in mind, or have this in mind when they're designing the interior of any car. We want them to remember this experience, especially the guys, because they'll never experience what it's like to be pregnant.
Well, and I love these tips and things like I said at the very beginning. We think about driving, we do it every day. We're not really thinking about it. But once you are a mom-to-be, there's certain things that we should be thinking about. Is there actually a place where we can go to re-go over these tips or even to get some more tips?
Yep, there's two places. You can go to the Ford website, Ford.com, and under the news link, you'll find information about ergonomics.
And you can go to wellroundedny.com to get more information about pregnancy and parenting.
I think this was great, ladies. This is a subject we definitely needed to hit today. As a reminder, these were some great tips. We'll hit up both of those websites, and I want to thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend. We'll be right back.